did a video yesterday talking about an early morning decision out of the Supreme Court yesterday, Saturday, about the use of the Alien Enemies Act to deport people to El Salvador, specifically Venezuelans, and how the Supreme Court ruled 7-2 within hours of getting an emergency appeal to say, for at least right now, until we have a chance to hear more about it, you cannot use the Alien Enemies Act to deport this group of Venezuelans in this particular area, which is in northern Texas. Now, today we got Alito's dissent about it, and effectively his dissent isn't even so much about the use of the Alien Enemies Act or whether or not the deportations could continue, but how quickly the Supreme Court ruled on it. He said he couldn't, in good faith, join the majority decision because they hadn't gotten both sides of it, even though there was claims of immediate harm. With them acting so quickly, they didn't have a chance to properly review everything. That was the basis of his dissent. Now, and he's saying, well, the judiciary still needs to follow the law, but he also said the executive branch needs to follow the law as well. And he was kind of trying to straddle the fence a little bit. So the bulk of his dissent was on timing, saying they needed more time. Some of the arguments hadn't even played out completely through lower courts, and he just wanted it to drag it out, which is one of the things I talked about in my previous video. The Supreme Court typically doesn't move within hours of doing anything. It's typically taking them days, weeks, months to do anything. They are a very slow and deliberate body. So Alito even saying that, hey, I can't join the majority on this, still doesn't mean that he doesn't agree with the majority overall. He might when he gets the rest of the information. It could make it an 8-1 decision when they have a chance to actually hear both sides, hear oral arguments, and consider everything in the case. He was only concerned with how fast the government was working, and he was trying to say there was no basis for that quick injunction that they did. He is claiming, he thinks, in his opinion, that the emergency relief granted was not legal. Now, does his dissent matter? Not really. Dissents are not binding law, but they can be used and be argued later on when it comes to like appealing other cases or things like that. They can point to, well, this Supreme Court justice thought this, etc. It helps there, but it doesn't actually matter. But that's his reasoning, not that he didn't agree with the majority.